Just so you know, when he's catching it with his left arm, he's gonna swing it towards this target over here, while holding the other one still in his right grip. He's gonna hold it up, and while he's aiming at the bolus, he's gonna think to himself, "Cops are so stupid."
Nice. Okay.
But he means that in a humble way because he knew that this is probably the better. So I'm going to roll for an attack. By
Wait,
the way,
well, convincing him would be an action.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Convincing him is one action. Elias, take your action. You are.
Are
you
going to
moving?
use my move to go to my dressing room and
Okay.
grab my gun.
Okay. So I will say that you can easily do that this round.
Awesome.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's.
Your heart's probably
can I do
pounding.
that and take a second action, or is that all I can do this round?
If you want to do that, I will ask you to roll a dexterity check.
Cool.
With the possibility that it might slow you down versus speed you up. So if you want to do that, roll me a dexterity check right now.
Might as well do it. It's what he'd do.
Okay. An 11 is considered moderate, so I will say that it neither slows down nor speeds you up.
Cool.
So you are not able to take a second action, but you don't lose any. You don't lose anything. Okay. The Volus are next. So the Volus that are, I'll start with the Volus that are not in the Singularity. So the Volus that are not in the Singularity, the one in front of Anar will try to fire at Anar. So
Come at me, bro.
Anar, what is your defense value?
My defense value is 20.
Misses.
Probably dings off the armor.
The other one tries to attack the CSEC officer and hits, dealing the CSEC officer 22 damage.
What, my buddy that just handed me his gun?
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
Anar's gonna be upset.
How long does Singularity last? Because it doesn't say.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
They never lasted that long in the game.
Because all it says is that they arrive at the middle of the Singularity at the end of the round.
I mean, Singularity.
At the end of the round?
Yeah, that's all it says.
I will say that it'll stick around for how many biotics die the caster had.
That makes sense.
I have
So-
3 die.
So it'll last for 3 rounds.
That does make
Okay.
sense. They say Singularity is like one of the most
Yeah.
impressive moves in the repertoire, and probably takes up a lot of mental focus. Probably really difficult to maintain.
I don't know. Liara seemed to be able to spam several of them at once after that.
Yeah, but Liara had the willpower of like a freight train and was also an Asari.
True.
Yeah. Okay. So I took care of the ones that are not within the Singularity. Those that are in the Singularity, can they roll again to break out of it?
It doesn't say. It just says they
doesn't
roll
say.
an initial one.
I can contact the creator about that later if you want.
I don't think they can because they could never break out in Mass Effect. In the games, they never
Okay,
break
so
out.
they're just
Unless they had the
incapacitated.
shield up. Actually, have
You
we
know,
been
if they had the shield,
calculating
then they
kinetic
never
barrier?
got pulled in to begin with.
Right.
Yeah.
If they were shielded.
They're either in or
They
they're
have
not.
initial.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're either
they
in
have
or they're
that
not. Because that's why
I think-
you'd end up going Overload or Shield Drain to actually get that.
I think that they should at least have a chance to break free, because if somebody casts Singularity on you guys, I'd want to give you guys a chance to break free.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That
So,
would be nice.
Just make another strength chest and beat 17.
yeah.
And
'cause
besides,
if
I
anything,
don't want it to be like too easy.
if anything that,
Yeah.
if anything that applies to the baddies has to apply to you guys, and I think you guys would appreciate a chance to break out.
Alright.
So I will say that
So
they get
strength or stamina.
strength or stamina versus 17.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
the original roll.
Okay.
And would we get that every action or just?
Yeah, I
but
think
this is
that
their
would
first
take up an
so
action,
that's
right?
fine.
That
I
would
think
take
you
an
would-
action, right?
But this
I
is
would
their
s-
first action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would basically say that the only thing you can do
Yeah,
is
just
to
trying
break
to break
out.
out. Yeah.
That's the only thing you
Makes
can do.
sense.
So you can't have multiple actions.
Right.
Yes, I will take multiple actions and decrease my chances of breaking out of the singularity to do an action which I might not get.
Right.
Sounds good.
I might be heavily resistant to Singularity along with Arkara. I mean, we're really heavy.
Okay. All right. They are not able to break out.
Woohoo!
It's not
No
heavy
break
though.
days for them today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
It's strength and stamina. That's what you're going to be rolling. It's not about weight.
Oh, that's fine. I have a not a specialization, but I have a high stamina.
Yeah, I took quite a
should
bit of
be
that as
okay.
well.
It should be okay.
CSEC officers are now trying to fire at the bolus, the bolus husks.
I really like how
they all
Elias is
hit.
like the bridge between the two parties, the offensive and the defensive, and you're like smack dab in the middle.
I am pretty much smack dab in the middle, yes.
I actually love it.
16 damage. So that one, the CSEC officer gets rid of one of the husks.
Nice.
The NPCs are getting more kills than us. Awesome. Our heroics is truly astounding.
I trained them well.
I mean, CSECs are decent.
Yeah, I can imagine your drill structure. It's fire faster, faster, hit straighter. Fire at that spot, not that one.
All right. By this time, most of the citizens are out of the audience, except for a few stragglers. So clearing out many of them.
Ooh, are the ones left in are dead bodies?
Yeah, there's a bunch of dead bodies around on
What
the
about
floor.
what about these guys right here? Are they?
There's
That's a
there's a
horrifying
couple.
sight.
There's a few dead bodies there.
Yeah,
There's
there
some
are a
dead
few
bodies
stuff
here.
in the smoke stuff as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a carnage. Well, maybe not yet.
No, that's a
Last
different thing entirely, Misty.
Okay,
This
Fair
battle
enough.
is a travesty.
Does
These
anyone
blighted
have shotguns
foes
here?
will be destroyed.
That's actually a good question. Is anyone using a shotgun in this campaign so far?
I
Not
do have one.
specialized.
Okay. Krogan's got one.
Yep.
I'm only
Sweet.
specialized in things, and that's not one of them.
Okay,
You already
said-
used all your actions, right?
I'm sorry.
You already used all your actions this
Yes,
round,
I
correct?
did.
Okay. Cicepia,
Yeah.
Okay.
your second action. I believe you had a second action.
Would I be able to fire? I guess I'd then just fire a warp right where I fired my singularity.
Yes. Because it's concealed, you'll have to roll for that. So
Okay,
roll
so
your
that would be. What would that be minus?
perception.
Oh, perception. Oh, yay!
Also, question: there aren't any rules for biotic detonations in this game, from what I can see.
Might
I
be
haven't
following
seen
the first
anything, though.
rules.
I haven't seen anything either. For right now, we're gonna do without it for the time being.
Cool.
Okay, so it would be perception. Let's see, 6. Then would that be plus my search?
If you want to, yes, I'll allow you
Sure.
to add your search.
Plus 9, and then I guess it's minus. What am I
Minus
minus?
3.
Minus
Minus 3.
Did I do this right?
You can aim for that spot. So use your warp, whatever it is you have to roll for your warp. I'm assuming
That's
other
my.
biotics.
That's my perception right there.
So you're fine.
Okay, cool. And then biotics would be dash r. It would be 3d6 and then plus 9.
-3 after that.
Would it still be minus? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm taking 2
I
actions.
think it's still
it's
minus
still-
3.
it's still
I think it's still
roll
minus 3 to
initial.
your damage. I think. I
Oh,
believe
not
so.
to damage, but to hit.
Oh, to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your damage is probably. I think your damage is unaffected. 22.
Well, given
So-
that you also rolled yeah.
So
Same
that'll.
thing.
So that should hit. So what happens with the warp?
Let's see.
Lower
Let's see.
Target loses 50% of armor
Okay.
defense rating,
Man,
Yep.
2 biotic attacks
And-
each round. That must
plus
really
1
be
damage
insane.
from all attacks against it. Last 1 round plus 1 additional round for every +5 above the target's roll.
Okay. So the
Uh-oh.
above the target's roll.
Well, target's defense.
The target's defense. So 22
Yeah, I'm
versus
assuming
its
it's target's
defense.
Whatever that is.
So it's okay.
Definitely.
So its defense is 9. So it's 13. A difference of 13. So
So that would last
2 extra rounds.
3
2
rounds.
extra rounds.
So 3 rounds in total.
3 rounds in total, including this one.
Okay. Yeah, so whichever one got hit takes an additional 1d of damage if we hit it.
And the warp only hits one person, correct?
Is it only
Yes.
one person?
And how much damage does it take?
It doesn't do any damage in and of
Oh,
itself.
it doesn't do any damage.
It just makes it more susceptible.
makes it more susceptible.
Yeah,
Okay.
to damage.
Okay, so I guess
So
that's
It's
Cicepia-
not quite as good. But it does
Okay.
decrease armor if there's any armor on it.
Yeah, it really helps. It helps you hit it better. Hit it easier. All right, Arkara, you're up.
So then I have no. That means it only hits one, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Do I have to pick which one I hit, or?
I assumed it was the one that you were that was in the center of that circle. So it's the top one.
Okay.
The top one is what
Okay.
I
That one?
assumed. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I gonna be? Okay. Alright, we'll do that one. Sure.
Are you moving at all?
Yeah, I'll move.
Okay, so move your 5, and then Arkara, go ahead. You can now go.
I lost my aim target, didn't I? Because that one died.
Yes, because it died.
It died.
Yeah.
The
Maybe
C-Sec
just snipe one without aiming.
Yeah, they killed it.
It's
or
not
their
worth.
job, whatever.
It's not really worth without aiming, so I think I'll just.
Well, you might as well because you can still do however many dice.
Yeah, you can still do
damage.
damage.
And if you go for the one that was just warped, for example, because you'd be able to
True.
see that.
Which one was it? That
The one over here.
Dude,
It'll
just keep
take
in
more-
mind that
it'll-
one's been clouded.
Yeah,
Hard
Yeah,
time
but
seeing it.
but if you hit, you'll do more damage. So
that's true.
Risk versus
His defense
reward.
already was also lowered, so it might cancel it
Yeah.
out. So
yeah, and damage rating's been lowered on that because of the
Yeah.
warp. So it's easy
you
to
would
hit.
you would recognize that you would recognize warp, so you
Yeah.
would know that that thing is an easier target to
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah, I'll try that gun.
Go ahead,
Let's see.
roll your attack roll.
And I have a -3.
Mm-hmm.
And that is...
Because you'd still do 2d plus 2 on that one, which is quite good. Well,
Yeah.
better than nothing.
That is true. I got 10.
Okay. Thanks
That's
to Cicepia's, thanks to your target's warp, you hit it. Thanks to your target's warp, you hit it. Roll for damage.
Sweet.
So 2d plus 2d.
Is it 2D? I think I thought it said 1.
It's 1d, but you get an additional d because of warp. So it's now 2d plus 2.
That is right. That's right. -2.
Actually, I was just thinking my movement because would I actually go up that far? Because I still think she's. I'm very cautious of her. I don't know if I actually put myself.
But
in that line
would
of sight.
would you put yourself under the catwalk? Because if you're under the catwalk, you're actually harder to hit, surely.
Yeah. I was gonna say it would be.
So if you go right underneath the catwalk, so up one more square, for example.
I ran out of movement speed. Though.
Yeah,
Right
Okay.
Maybe you're aiming to be underneath it too.
yeah. That's where you're heading.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll do that.
So that could work.
Alright, so one of the Volus are going to try to break free again, but they're probably not gonna be able to.
Do they get a second attempt in the round?
Oh no, they don't. You're right. Sorry. Anar only took one action, correct? You only have one action.
I
Right?
only took one? I thought I was gonna fire after I got the gun.
Yeah.
Did you declare that you were going to take 2 actions at the beginning of this round?
No, I said I was going to attempt to get the gun, and I guess I didn't know if I was going to be able to get it or not, so that would depend on how many actions I would take.
Yeah, I believe you declared ahead of time you're only going to take 1 action. So you only
okay.
get 1 action. So you only get 1 action. So
I should have declared 2. Oh well, I'll fix that.
you should have gone with
minus-
2.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Because-
unless you took the -3 on your persuasion roll.
Because
Yeah.
yes, because if you had declared you would take 2 actions, I would have told you to take a -3 to the persuasion.
Maybe I wouldn't have got the gun then, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have gotten.
I'll
You might
roll
not
it.
have gotten the gun. So,
Okay, I'm good.
and Elias, I already told him you can't take his action.
Yeah, I'm not taking the second action.
That's why. So that is why the bolus is next. So, but good to check. Good to check. So the Volus one is going to try to fire at your friend, Hanar.
And that sucks. All Anar's been doing is looking pretty. That's it.
Well, actually,
I haven't done
no.
anything yet.
Yeah, you haven't been threatening it yet. You have a gun, but... Alright, so 3d6...
Wouldn't they mistake Anar for synthetic though?
True, they might not even bother firing at you.
Well, actually, I don't know
Like,
because
don't
they
target synthetics?
they still target they still target synthetics, just maybe not above the. Well, I don't know because they were fighting guests, so who
my
knows?
suits synthetic, but Anar himself is organic, so I don't know.
And I guess the thing is you're not Reaper, so they'll target you anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, and I look like a
True.
Krogan, I forgot.
Yeah. Although I'm not sure if husks work off smell. I think some of them might work off smell.
I think they're
so
working off stupid.
Keep saying that while you get swarmed and overrun.
I will.
Okay.
That said, hey, Dylan,
Hey,
could you use your grappling hook to actually lower yourself to the ground if that Cicepia gets taken out?
I have an idea. Yeah, something like that.
Top of the 3rd round. So it's now round 3.
Oh,
Sync,
so
huh?
everyone missed?
No, they took damage. I already took
No,
the
the
damage.
C6's been doing pretty well.
C-Sec's
Oh,
been
I
taking
mean,
damage.
He's holding his
Oh, I
own.
just meant like the
Our
C-Sec guy
dice
didn't
is
die.
not rigged.
No, the C-Sec guy didn't die yet. Although he looks close to it. He looks close to it.
No,
Okay.
I gotta save him.
Sync! How many rounds?
Alright, I have one.
I mean, how many turns?
Oh, okay, wait. Before I declare it.
Your
Movement
arm
doesn't
is...
count,
Your arm is active, yes.
right? Movement doesn't count as an action?
Movement does not count as an action.
Yeah, just one.
Just one. Okay. Cicepia, how many actions?
I'm probably just gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna be firing off my pistol, so probably just the one action on the one that's warped. So it'll just be
Okay.
one action for me.
Arkara, how many actions?
I think I'll continue to take 2.
2?
Yep.
Anar, how many actions?
3 using overkill.
Okay. Elias, how many actions?
How long is it going to take me to get back to about there?
I would say
how
two
much?
two movement.
In that case, I will take 2 actions.
Okay. Okay. Before Sync's turn, the C-Sec officer that escorted Elias over to his dressing room is now going up the catwalk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He's coming.
Okay. Sync, you're up.
Okay, I'll do 1, 2, and then I'll use my grappling hook to sling up to the rafters.
Roll a mechanical.
Okay. Okay, so my Omni hook, like the Omni blade is strength, so would the hook be
Dexterity.
Dexterity. Okay. So, what is it? Anything in specific I'm rolling for mechanical?
I guess,
Um,
are you trying to aim? I guess if you want to use your dexterity to aim your grappling hook, then you don't have to use your mechanical.
You
Okay.
have to use your Dex, but if you activate it, but then to use it you have to roll a Dex plus Omni hook, which is the Omni blade
Okay,
skill.
so I have to roll.
Which is Dex for you, I think.
Okay, so I need to
Dex
roll
plus
something to
Omni
activate it
Oh,
first.
Omni, yeah.
Yeah, and I think activating is technically an action. So do you want to take 2
yeah.
actions instead? Do you want to take 2
Yeah.
actions? All right,
Yeah.
2 actions.
Sorry.
So this one gets a -3. So your mechanical, I guess. I think your mechanical activates it, or is it your technical activates it?
Oh, you don't. Activation's just automatic because it's talent.
Oh,
For
Oh,
Omni Blade, it's a talent. You just activate it like the way that I activated Combat Drone. to
The
use
same way
it,
with
you have to
overkill
roll.
as well.
Yeah, but to use it, you have to roll.
okay. So, but it still takes an action to activate it, correct?
That's my assumption.
Okay. So it takes an action to activate it, but you don't have to roll for it.
Yeah, you then have to roll to use it afterwards.
So yeah. So this turn, Sync, you can just move over there and activate your grappling hook.
okay.
Okay, and then you will get
Yeah,
to
so-
move again. Then you will get to act again the next turn with a -3 penalty.
Yeah, you're basically it's basically your Omni Tools manufacturing the
Right.
Got you.
On that,
grappling
Cicep-
hook.
does your arm split open when you use it, or is it just pop out of your hand or materialize out of nowhere?
Omni Blade.
How's
It's
that?
an Omni Tool thing. So
Yeah,
is your Omni
it
Tool built in?
materializes. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it'll still show.
It appears over. Yeah, it appears above his arm, just like
Like a-
Shepherd. Like in Shepherd, it just appears above his or her
Yeah.
arm. Yeah.
The big orangey thing.
Cicepia, what are you gonna do for your first turn?
I'm gonna fire my pistol at the one that was warped.
Warped. Go ahead. Attack
Okay.
roll.
How do I do the attack?
Depends on. I think it's a dexterity
Dexterity?
plus
Yeah.
you're ranged. I believe.
Dexterity plus range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dexterity plus
Dexterity.
range unless you have a
Cool.
specialization.
Unless you have a
I do-
specialization.
Yeah, I've got points in dexterity range, so yeah. Plus, I guess plus 2 for the range.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
Welcome to the club.
So if you want, you can spend. You can either take that botch, or you can spend.
That might
a,
not be worth it, dude. But you do
Yeah.
have that
Well,
spare
you
from the
still got
last game.
biotic, so you could throw another singularity the other two.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I only said I'd be doing one turn, so I gotta wait.
No, but I mean the point is next turn you've still got your biotic, so you can still do stuff.
They're just
Okay.
telling you that it's probably not worth spending a Paragon or Renegade
Right.
point to cancel
Okay,
that out.
I can't do anything.
So
then.
roll a
I'm-
d6.
Roll a
d6
D6
to see if
I
you
feel your
missed or
pain, bro.
overheat.
I really do.
So
Roll
it would just
one,
it would
roll a
be
1 to 3. Roll low.
1d6.
I've been scoring well on my fabulous checks, just not on my technical checks.
There we go. Ah!
Okay,
Oh!
overheats, which is fine for you.
Ah.
Not so fine for Anar. It's not as crucial for you.
Yeah, I really do need to get grenades or an extra gun.
Akara, you're up.
Maybe I'll
I-
lose some
right
money
now.
later.
Well, I'm gonna do
I-
my movement
Buy
now.
a gun or something.
Yeah, you can move. Go ahead and move
Yeah.
your 5 if you want. Akara, go ahead.
Maybe I'll amass a huge
I,
arsenal weaponry in my back.
I'll aim for
The same one? Okay.
Yeah.
Anar, you're up.
Okay, I've got myself underneath the rafters.
I have activated my overkill. I
Go
got
ahead.
my overheating Avenger in my right hand pointing upwards, and my left one pointing outwards, like Terminator style.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll an attack roll.
Go ahead.
Is activating overkill one
Which-
action?
No, it's it doesn't have an action. You just activate it, and then I can make 3
Yeah.
attack rolls without
Okay, cool.
any penalty.
Yeah, he can just go ahead and do 3
It's
attack
actually
rolls
really
now.
handy.
Yeah,
that
go
is
ahead.
quite nice. I want that.
Go ahead and roll the 3 attack
Yes!
rolls. That one
I got a
hits.
6 on 1 wall die too.
Roll again! Roll again!
Well, he's gonna
Roll.
hit. Yeah,
What's
you can.
the point though? I'm gonna hit this sucker.
You're gonna hit. So go ahead. Keep roll again.
But how
Which-
stylishly do you hit?
I think I can attack multiple targets if my first shot's kill though. I believe that's it. Unless you want to
What-
change that.
Which move
I
is he
believe
doing?
you can. I believe.
Oh right, the one in front of me.
Yeah,
So,
I believe
that one?
if you kill one, you can switch targets. I'm gonna let you switch targets.
Sweet.
So
Let me
go
do
ahead
some
and just
damage.
roll 2 more attack rolls. I want to see how many hits you get.
Oh okay. Roll 2.
That's fine. Good. That hits.
Roll 3.
Okay, they all hit. Damage, damage.
Oh.
Roll all the damages.
More once, do you?
I'm
still
gonna
have to take
John
one
move
more.
this.
Sorry,
Uh,
Jeff, with overkill, don't you have to take them in round order because you just get a free shot per round,
That's
so you just
true.
get one extra
Yes.
shot.
That's
But at
true.
least we know you hit with all 3 of them.
Yeah, we know that you hit. That's fine. We know that you're gonna hit with all 3. So
For the first one, Anar's going to be slowly walking forward, menacingly firing with the left arm, doves flying out from behind him, menacing glare so no one can see his face, and every bullet from the rifle's going to plant into every inch of this guy's body. And we're going to see how much damage that is.
yes, roll 1 damage. 1 damage roll,
Maybe
please.
40.
The doves for a
46.
violent
No
show got
bonuses.
Yeah, 46.
Okay, and the damage is 16. Oh,
Okay,
wild
that's-
die. Or is that not
No.
count?
No, it's always the last.
Wild die,
It's
so
always
wild
the
die
last
is the
die.
last one.
Oh, right. My bad. Okay, so Anar does 16
You
damage.
you kill it.
Oh,
Woo!
You kill it.
Finally! Run Barter Town!
Elias, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to move over here
I'm gonna keep
and stick the sniper rifle through the gap between the curtains and the stage.
The Volus. This Volus aims for Anar. Anar, what is your defense value?
20.
It will
Anar's
hit.
just super angry right now.
So Anar, you take 25 damage. Now, I don't know if Anar has any barrier, kinetic barrier.
He does.
Okay, so the kinetic barrier depletes after your damage resistance. So how much damage resistance do you get?
7.
Okay, so 25 minus 7 is 18. How much kinetic barrier do you have?
6, because I matched
6.
Arkara.
Okay, so the total damage, 18 minus 6 is 12. So you take 12 total damage. Your kinetic barrier is depleted, and the way kinetic barrier works is that kinetic barrier regenerates 3 every 2 rounds, not turns. You regenerate 3 every 2 rounds that you don't take damage. 2 consecutive rounds that you don't take damage. So 12 damage to Anar right now.
Nice.
The Volus essentially has to roll all 6s to break out of the Singularity.
Will this be the last round that it's up?
Yeah, it'll be the last.
so,
I believe
yeah.
this is the last round that it's up. So none of the Volus are able to escape. They did not get all 6s.
Woo!
CSEC officer is going to attack.
I've noticed that I'm like basically strictly like support character. I'm the one that like is like open up the Singularity, weaken their armor. Not much when it
Hey,
comes
we'll
to attack.
take all the help we can get.
Yeah.
I'm just
This is-
watching the show. I came for this is way better than what I originally came for. No offense to Elias.
Yes.
Hey, you
Yes,
want
and then
pyrotechnics? Here you go.
Okay, the CSEC officer was able to get rid of. Well, no. They one fires and does 16 damage to that one. So, and then the other one fires and does 20 damage to that one. Okay. Okay. And that's CSEC. Sync, you're up.
All right.
Now you can use your grappling.
Okay.
Yes,
and this is
Sinky, do
dexterity.
it.
That'll
I'm
be a
never gonna play
dexterity.
Sinky again, though.
Well, not if you want your suit to keep operating, I suspect.
It'll be -3, whatever comes up. Oh,
I know side effects.
What are you trying to aim at? What were you trying to aim at? The raptor or something else?
yes, yeah, they're right here.
You can, yeah. The Omni grappling hook shoots out, grabs a hold of the rafters, and pulls you in.
Oh, awesome. And then I'll use the rest of my move to go. I have 8 left. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Before you do that sync, you see right across from you a Krogan with a sniper rifle. Not aiming at you though, but aiming down at the Volus.
I'll just kind of yell out, "You here for the party too?"
I think Arkara, you will hear that. Whether you respond or not is up to you.
I'll take a quick glance and just get back to aiming.
Okay. And are you doing anything else, Sync?
Nah, that's it. I'll just move and.
Okay. Cicepia, do you have any other actions?
I only had the one. The one like
Okay.
I've been kind of debating. What's the cooldown when it comes to biotics?
17.
That will hit.
Ooh.
Oh, that'll hit. Roll for
Ooh.
damage.
Let's
Nice.
see.
Shooting with flare.
Finally, the good rules are coming in.
24.
24 damage. Okay, do me another favor, Misty. Roll another d6. Because your wild die was a 6. Roll me one more d6 for me.
No, the wild die was a 5.
For me,
Yeah,
it was
it
a
is.
6.
Oh,
No,
no,
I'm
it's
talking
not.
about the
It's
attack
not.
roll. I'm talking about the attack roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
the attack
Not
roll.
the damage, the
Right,
attack
right.
roll.
Oh, that's awesome. Yep, I like that roll.
1?
1!
That's enough.
I'm sorry.
That's better than
That's
nothing.
enough. So first thing, Misty, you managed to take down this Volus, the Volus at the top. Your shot also, your bullet actually penetrates through that Volus and hits the other Volus next to it, dealing half the damage that you dealt on the first Volus.
I think Elias has some competition in the sniping area.
Well, considering I haven't been able to shoot the sniper rifle yet, yeah.
True. I'll give you that. We have yet to see you come back out. You're probably gonna come back. I was like, hey, where are they?
So you were
Yeah,
able to
pretty
hit 2 creatures. You were able to hit 2 creatures with that attack roll. Anar, you're up.
Sweet! We already
can-
figured out that I hit,
So second attack.
but
So-
it does still hit with the mist.
Yes,
Oh,
it
my
does. Yes, it does.
Should.
Excellent.
Yes, it does. Roll for
So I'm
damage.
going to focus on one, and if it doesn't kill on the first time, the second one's going to ripple into the same one.
Okay,
And it's going to be the one on the far right. I'm going to ping it now.
go ahead. Just roll
Okay,
your
we're
damage.
gonna roll damage. And Anar is going to cry out, "This one will shoot off your head and send waves of solidified fecal matter down your neck hole."
Oh.
7 damage on
And-
that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I need to roll again for the same enemy?
We'll wait.
Oh,
Yes,
wait.
after.
Ignore that second one. That was an accident.
Okay.
This still works even though they're concealed in their smoke or whatever.
He'll hit. He rolled really high on his attack roll, so
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
you can
You
still
roll in
hit.
the same attack rolls.
I got you.
All right.
I'm a DPS, or I have to do my
So
job.
your Elias, let Elias take his next turn.
Okay.
Elias, take your next
Yeah,
turn.
like I said, ignore that second one.
All right, go ahead. You should be able to hit that.
So I'm not aiming because I don't have an action left to do that. So I'm just going to be rolling
An attack roll.
3d6. Hang on, I should be able to do it this way. Hang on. I've got a macro for this. And modifier is -3, right?
Yeah.
If that works. There we go. 14.
That will be enough. Roll for damage.
Excellent.
Okay, damage is it's only 2d plus 2.
I wonder if the audience here, they find it strange that the guy they were just watching singing on stage is now wielding a sniper rifle.
Damage
I think,
is 9.
I think everyone's
Nine.
dead. Anyone?
Yeah.
Elias, you kill it.
I bet Cicepia is going to be really interested in that. It's like, where did you get that? How did you get that past customs? Do you have a
No
proof
one
of that?
interrupts my concerts. Not even Reapers.
And after you kill one, you should like throw out some glitter and take
Oh,
them
you actually
out.
hear that coming through the audio system.
Yeah, for the audience.
No one interrupts that.
Sync, you're up. Oh, do you have any actions left?
I'm out.
You're
Go
out.
for you.
Okay. Cicepia does not. Okay. It looks. Anar, you can take your next shot.
Oh, cool, and that guy over there, sweet. So I'm gonna ping the one guy left.
Yeah, roll for damage.
And here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Wow.
Nice.
thanks for that.
Anar, give us a action hero cinematic of how you destroy the final Volus.
Ah, crap. Okay. He's going to hop over and maybe crush the seat in front of him a little bit while firing into the bullets, and then the other assault rifle is going to click and say, "Ready to fire." And he's like, "Booyah!" And he's going to fire both into him at the same exact time. It's like, this is for ruining this one's date, this one's for ruining this one's night, and this one's for throwing away a perfectly good mustache! And as soon as he's done firing, there's going to be a blood-spattered puddle on the bullet. He's going to hold his guns up. It's going to be like, flawless victory. And then he'll probably look over the C-Sex like, "You okay over there?" Because he got
Awesome.
riddled with a lot of bullets.
Yeah.
So, continuing from what just happened, as soon as Anar finished killing the final husk,
Fabulously.
fabulously, up on the rafters, a CSEC officer yells out, "Hey! What are you two doing up here?"
I jumped up from my seat, come down, and I was gonna drop down on one of those monsters down there. But as you can see, everybody else killed them all before I could do anything.
Seeing that you don't seem to be armed, the CSEC officer takes out his assault rifle, aims it towards Arkara, and says, "You! Drop your weapon! Now!"
I'll just put my sniper rifle on my shoulder and just stand up because I guess I was crouched to get a better angle and just go, "Oh man, that was not part of the plan. All right."
Hey, Mark, just a side thing. Because of my cinematic, does that mean like cross the other chairs? Because I did like hop over another one or crush it or something.
Sure. The CSEC officer walks up to Arkara, and he says, "Turn around with your arms up in the air where I can see them."
let out a heavy sigh and just, fine, turn around. And
You turn around, he walks behind you, and you can feel him taking your two hands by your wrists, and he's going to attempt to cuff you unless you resist.
Well, I don't think I would resist at this point.
Okay.
Can Anar step in real quick?
I was actually gonna.
Anar doesn't see this happening.
Oh, he
Considering it's up on the
okay.
balcony. It's up on the balcony.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough.
I
Anar
might be able
doesn't
to. I probably can see it because I'm like right below.
You probably can
Well,
see it.
you're looking out for it, so...
While
I'm
he
also
is
probably.
being while he is being cuffed, the officer contacts you, Cicepia, and he says, "Officer Altus, I have acquired." He says, "I have acquired the Krogan." Sync, do you do anything
Yes,
while the
I'll-
Krogan is being arrested?
I'll walk a little closer,
Okay.
and I'll address the cop and say, What are you doing?"
And I would, while I'm contacting the officer, I would say, make sure to apprehend the sniper rifle, so that we can compare that with the ballistics from the
Makes
shooting.
sense. Makes sense. Okay.
So yeah, I'll ask the cop what he's doing.
The cop says, "Just making an arrest, citizen. You shouldn't be up here yourself. I suggest that you leave the premises immediately."
So you're just gonna arrest someone and just save the lives of many people? Is that how y'all do things on the Citadel?
The officer says, "It's not for me to decide. We're just arresting her as a suspect. Nothing's been proven yet." Then he asks. Then he will guide Arkara off. Like he'll take her towards the exit of the rafters. Unless Sync's about to intervene.
I'm assuming there'd be an exit off this side too, wouldn't there?
I would
There
guess
is-
that's the way I came up, so...
Yeah, there probably would be an exit over there. So yeah. So he would just move Arkara down this way.
Yeah, I'm not gonna interject. I'm just gonna keep
Follow
an eye
him down.
Yeah.
All right, I can remove the rafters then. Okay.
Well, since the stage lights are still on, I'm going to be walking out in the middle of all the spotlights with a sniper rifle in my hand.
Yeah. By this point, none of the civilians are in the seats. The only civilians that are on the map are bodies, unfortunately. Is Anar doing anything immediately after its kill?
Yes. He's going to take a moment to catch his breath. He's going to look over to the other C-Sec. Is he sitting on his butt or is he standing? What is he doing?
Who is? I'm sorry.
This the C-Sec that I took the gun from, and I know is critically injured.
He's not on his butt, but he seems to be
Probably leaning against the wall or something.
Yeah, I would say he's leaning against the wall. He
Or
needs
even
some
sit
medical
down in the
attention.
chair.
All right. Anar is going to approach him and turn the gun around so that the hilt is or the handle is pointing towards him. Not the barrel, the handle. And he's going to say, "It's a good weapon you have. It will treat you well." And it's going to be in the augmented voice, so he doesn't sound like a Hanar right now. Are you all right, friend?
The CSEC officer says, "I'm fine, thank you." Surprisingly.
Anar is going to look back towards where the creatures were that he just turned into paste, and remark out loud. And he's actually turning off his aggressive voice, and he'll say, "This one wonders where those creatures came from. Horrifying abominations they were."
Meanwhile, Cicepia, the officer takes Arkara up to you. Officer Altus, the officer says, I'm surprised that you are here. I thought that you were at your honeymoon." How does Cicepia respond?
I think shock and then kind of anger is like, is this a joke?
Oh,
No, ma'am.
remember, they're glowing green now.
Yeah.
Right. Remember. Yeah. You probably are. I don't know if you're paying attention to the fact that everybody's eyes are glowing green right now.
Yeah, I think
Actually-
she wasn't paying attention. That was kind of
Right.
Are we
Yeah,
glowing green
until I'm actually
or are we
face to face with someone, I'm not going to notice that they're not glowing green.
Right.
Yeah,
Probably
so I'm
not.
probably I'd be like, what are you? And then I can like stop and like notice like the eyes are green. It's like, what's with your eyes?
I'm sorry.
Your eyes are glowing.
This does not compute.
Yes. He says, yes, Officer Altus. No more than normal. Actually, what's wrong with your eyes, Officer Altus?
My eyes. What do you mean?
He
I'll
says,
just sort of
why
confused
do
chuckle.
you have... Are you using those special contacts that... Are you using one of those special contacts that diffuse the glow?
Contacts. These are my eyes. I don't understand.
The officer says, at any rate, Officer Altus, the Krogan... I don't know if Arkara says anything like during this exchange, because Arkara is also noticing that of all of the people in this, everybody in the audience had glowing eyes, but Cicepia is the only other person that you notice. I don't know if you had a good eye on sync, but Cicepia is the only other person that you see who doesn't have glowing eyes, just like you don't.
Yeah. I'll just
I always
sort
have glowing eyes, so.
And that was before the synthesis.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just chuckle while they go on bantering about things and just sort of take a very relaxed posture, just waiting it out.
Botch job.
Probably hear the snicker, ignore it, and it's like, just bring the suspect into the booking office. I'll have a couple questions with her when I get there.
Oh, so you're
Certainly.
gonna make me wait, are you?
Okay.
Oh, brilliant.
Is that what Arkara says? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll have to contact the forensics expert to see to check out the bodies of the victims here.
Well, I didn't shoot him, that's for sure.
Well,
Actually, while that's going on, I'm actually going to go and investigate one of the people who has been killed by the husk poisony gas thing.
Go ahead.
Is there any left actually, or is it all sort of dissipated?
Are you trying to go to the husks themselves, or the corpse, or the citizens' bodies? What are you trying to go to specifically?
I'm probably going to go first to the citizens to see if they're alive. If they're not, I'll probably move on to the husks.
Okay, so go to the first body that you're going to go to.
Well, I'm
Imagine
assuming
the
this
closest
one.
one.
Yeah. I'll probably
Okay.
jump over the seats to get there.
Okay. Go ahead and
I've
roll
got-
I guess. Are you using your Omni tool or something to analyze
Yeah,
this?
I'd probably do that. Well, I've got sensors and thingy. My brain's not working. Sensors and a multispectral scanner, which ought to be able to help me determine what's going on and what the actual chemical compound was.
Sure.
And I'll take 10 on that since we're not in combat.
You use your device to scan. The bodies seem to have inhaled a good amount of the noxious gas that were coming from the husks. The noxious gas is made of a compound that essentially is sort of like a nerve gas.
So it's a neurotoxin. Okay.
Yeah, it's a neurotoxin. Yes. Meanwhile,
Anything
what
we've-
is...
Oh, sorry about that.
Go ahead.
Is it anything we've seen before?
I don't think you've seen it before, personally.
Cool. No worries. I probably wouldn't have. I'm just asking.
Especially someone like you who I don't think has really been on the battlefield as often as some of the other people.
Not since
Right.
Not for at least 3 years.
Right. Anar, what are you doing during this whole thing?
Have I noticed the arrest yet, or have I even noticed them throughout the entire fight?
I think you're noticing the arrest right now.
Okay.
I'm ignoring the arrest, so.
He's probably going to approach them, in a non-hostile way.
As
And-
you
I'm sorry.
As you approach them, when you pass by this spot over here, which is where the portal was,
Okay.
something in your suit is reacting. Seems to be reacting to this spot.
What part of my suit? My deck, or just keychain, or
Something like
Yeah,
as in
it's for clip paste.
storage area, the storage area of your suit.
Anar's probably going to squidge over in his seat and look over there. Realize his soda's missing from yesterday. He's going to be a little annoyed, but only momentarily. And then notice that his storage is doing what you just said it is. He's not going to say anything out loud. He's just going to take that in mind because he's got other things on his... He's actually kind of sad at the same time because he realizes Trissy is gone. Like, it's starting to really sink in.
Mhm.
But he snaps out of it real quick, looks back over, just worrying about that later, and he's going to call out to them, "Is that truly necessary, officer? They were a great help during the battle when it broke out."
Stand
Did
down,
you even
citizen.
see the Krogan?
They won't be able to tell Anar is a Krogan because he didn't put down the blast
Oh
shield.
no, but did you see Arkara, or are you just saying that because you just want to say it?
He said I was seeing the argument in the arrest. I don't think I saw them during the battle, but I would imagine
Yeah.
that she did help. I mean, I did hear
Yeah,
sniper
cool.
shots.
Cool.
He's been around the battlefield long
You
enough.
noticed, I think you would have noticed that shots were being fired from the rafters.
Yeah.
I think you would have
That's fair.
noticed. So somebody was. I mean,
Good enough.
the Volus were not being hit by nothing. Something was coming. Yeah. So I think you would notice that.
Anar treats his battle buddies as if friends. At least for now.
Cicepia, how do you respond to that?
Stand down. This does not concern you, citizen.
This one means no harm,
how-
officer.
How did you get that past security?
This one only carries the suit for emergency situations. It was only disguised as a suitcase, as a form of transportation, officer. This one meant no harm towards citizens.
I'll let it slide, seeing as how of a great effort you put into taking out the last couple of them.
This one appreciates your compliment. Yeah, compliments. However, this one's issue still stands. This person was a great help during the battle.
So was he, the other CSEC officer, as he stumbles over with his arm seems to be bleeding profusely, but he comes up to you and he says he was actually took down 2 or 3 of those things before they actually managed to do more damage. Officer Altus, if I may.
You
Officer,
humbled this one,
you're-
sir. You fought
you're
bravely
injured.
yourself.
Do you need a Metagel? Yeah, it looks
That
like
would
you're in
probably
serious
help.
condition.
He says that would probably help.
I've got one in my inventory.
Thank you, officer. Say,
Oh, did I mention
What?
I put my gun away? Because I don't want to be seen
There you
holding it
go.
around.
when you take it, he says, say, aren't you supposed to be on your honeymoon?
Is this some kind of joke among the office? You know that I'm widowed.
Already? What happened? He says, what happened? If you don't mind me asking.
I've been widowed for I don't know what kind of specific time, but I've been widowed for years now. How?
Officer Altus, maybe you hit your head at some point during the fight. Perhaps you should get a doctor to look at you just in case.
I'm fine. Let's just.
Do you need us to contact Octavius for you?
What?
Octavius.
I'm kind
your
of shaking now.
your husband.
I'm kind of like in shock and shaking. It's like, it's all just so much right now coming to her. Excuse me, would you be fine escorting the suspect to customs? I need to sit down.
Certainly. And
It's nice to see leadership is holding up.
Okay, so I couldn't really see who was in front of Arkara just because
Now you see
she's
me.
kind of big. Arkara's big, and
yeah.
there's a C-Sec officer behind me. So I finally noticed who's talking.
Yep, it's that one. Yep.
So you're the one in charge around here.
Why am I not surprised that you're still here?
Who do you think you are anyway, just arresting people?
He's asking a C-Sec officer.
Again, your concerns. We're suspected to believe that she may be involved in a previous incident earlier today.
What's your name anyway?
If you must know, it's Officer Altus.
As in Cicepia Altus? And then, out of character, I want to make a sleight of hand because Sync saw her on TV because we're in the same universe, right?
Yep.
Sync saw the news about the whole hostage situation, and he thinks that he ordered that she ordered the shot to kill that guy after she talked him down.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I'll make a sleight of hand to grab her gun and point it at her.
Okay.
I imagine the officers, though, around her would...
Yeah.
Just to warn you, if you succeed, Anar is going to turn hostile towards you and point a gun at you too.
Yeah, I'd be fine.
Well, I got a critical failure.
Because he would have seen that as like an attempt to be
critical
hostile.
failure. So while he's trying to grab her, I probably grab his wrist.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And
then
I
I'll
wouldn't
just,
have to do anything to that.
I'll just get really angry and say, I know you. I knew I recognized you.
Biotic
You're
blast.
you're that cop that killed that guy. Is that how you do things around here? You talk somebody down, you put a bullet in their head. What kind of person are you? You're a Turian. You're supposed to have honor. There's no honor in shooting someone in the back.
That is not how I do it. Stand down, citizen.
Make struggling noises.
That's it. And I spin him around and I cuff him up.
All right.
You're arrested for assaulting an officer.
Round 2, interrogations. 2, Eric. 1, 0, Dylan.
Using my multi-cuff.
This may not be your calling.
While this is happening, Elias, what are you doing next after checking out
I'm
the
going to be
body?
standing up and going, did everyone take their crazy pills this morning? Am I the only one about dead husks on the floor here?
Do you,
Anar
you say
will,
that out loud for everybody?
Yes, I do say that out loud.
So you say that out loud, and you're still mic'd, so everybody hears what you just said.
Everyone
will probably wake up and say, well, if you'd be so kind to turn your booming voice down, you would also notice that they are, in fact, riddled with many bullets. So there is some reason to believe that, no, we are not indeed crazy. I had that worded differently in my head. Why'd it come out that way?
I'll just
You
turn
hear it like-
around.
Do me a favor and pretend that was
officers.
cool.
I'm sorry, Arkara. What happened?
I'll just turn around between the officers, look over to the dead husks on the floor, and be like, "Well, it is odd that they turn up again, like 3 years later. They shouldn't really be here."
What do you mean? Nar's going to be confused.
I'm going to turn... You hear a click as the mic disengages from the speaker systems.
Okay.
And you hear a slightly more normal voice going, Hark, would I notice that these ones aren't synthesized?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, at this point, Pi will probably say something and says, Creator Elias, those 4 over there, I'm not sensing any synthetic DNA coming from them, which is something that I have not noticed in years.
The gears are
Well,
turning.
I'm gonna put that to one side for now and just say, I'm gonna address the officer that's actually closest to me and ignore the other four for the moment. Go.
So are you moving from where you are?
No, I'm gonna stay where. Well, I'm assuming that there's some husks around here, right?
Yeah.
There's some around here. I'm gonna say, officer, these husks aren't normal.
Creator Elias, these husks are definitely showing signs of being Reaper, showing signs of
Reaper tech.
Reaper tech, which is fine in synthesis. Showing signs of Reaper
But
tech.
it's pre-synthesis Reaper
Right,
tech.
it's pre-synthesis. He says they, however, don't have any organic DNA within them.
Yeah.
Or at least not to the same level. I think there is organic DNA. There is organics within husks. All husks have organic and synthetic, but not nearly the same levels. Not nearly the same level.
Yeah. These husks haven't been synthesized. Oh, I'm gonna pull up a scan with my Omni tool.
As he does that, Anar is probably going to bend the mech down, open the blast shield by hand, and then just put 2 tentacles on the rim, stick his pink head out, and look it down at him, and make the remark, "This one has not seen these kind of creatures in quite some time. This one thought they were all destroyed."
That's what I thought as well. This is odd.
And then
Very
he'll
odd.
point towards her and says, "Indeed. Strange indeed."
While you're taking out your Omni tool, Elias, you're picking up a very strong signal over in this direction. And Pi says, Creator Elias, there's a very interesting, there's a very peculiar signal coming from the mech over there.
On internal comms, I'm gonna ask, what is it?
I don't know, but I'm very curious to find out.
Okay. I'm gonna point at the big
gather
Krogan,
ourselves
the
together.
Hanar inside the Krogan mech, and go,
Mhm.
he's not synthesized either. Or that, I'll actually say that one isn't synthesized either.
Is this still internal?
No, I'm saying that to the CSEC officer, who's over there.
He says, that's impossible. Everybody in the galaxy was synthesized.
He's not. Look at his skin.
Anar is
I
probably still
don't-
going to be looking down, so he's not going to notice that they're talking
Guess maybe somehow people might have escaped that. I don't know. I don't know how this all works, he says. Anyone saying anything else?
Like I said, Anar didn't even notice they were talking about him, so he's still studying the bodies. Or what's
Okay.
left of the bodies. He did litter them with a lot of ammo.
Yeah.
And I'm busy with Sync getting all cuffed up.
Okay, fair enough. In that case, I guess I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna walk closer.
Okay.
Whoops, sorry, that's pink.
Move it. Go ahead and move him. Move
Yep.
you.
What's your name, Hanar? Or what should I call you?
Anar actually isn't going to hear you right away. He's actually deep in thought right now, so he's not ignoring you. He just didn't hear you. You might want to try again.
I'm gonna rap on the suit. So knock knock.
He'll look up real quick.
Hello.
Huh? Yes.
What should I call you? I can't
Are you
keep
really
thinking
close
you
to his
as
face?
Krogan Hanar.
How close to his face are you?
Probably not that close.
Oh, okay. He's not going to do anything. I was just wondering. He's going to look
Yeah.
over and say, "Oh, this one's face name is Anar. You are Elias, correct?
That would be me.
This one didn't vote for you." But yes, what did you want?
You've got some very interesting readings in your mech suit right now.
How many mech suits do you normally see?
Seriously, I'm a Quarian.
So, you don't look Cerberus.
So, mechs, anything? Sort of... Well, I wouldn't say a passion, but it's something that I know a thing or two about.
In all seriousness, this one always believed that the Quarians always needed more ships, not mech suits, as it would take up too much room. But what strange readings do you mean exactly?
How would I describe that out of character, Huck? What exactly am I getting? What has Pi been showing me? Because I can make it up, but I'd rather not.
What do you mean by showing you? I'm not sure what you're asking.
Well,
He's wondering what kind of readings get, like radiation, heat,
what sort of rating
electro-
am I getting from my Omnitool and Pi? That's linking. That's feeling off about Anar's.
It looks like Reaper Tech.
Ooh,
Reaper Tech.
crap.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you're carrying Reaper Tech.
This is going to cause Anar to not
I'm actually
actually...
gonna step back. I'm gonna step back and raise my gun. Actually.
Oh.
Are you serious? Anar is going to react. He's going to say, "What?" Because he didn't actually get it right away.
I'm
This
actually
one
gonna
is
say
not hostile
there's
towards you.
nothing personal, but Reaper husks, non-synthesized Reaper husks, non-synthesized Hanar with Reaper tech.
All right. Anar is going to, while got his tentacles on the edge of his suit, he looks over to where that compartment was, and then looks back. It's like, do not take this personally. Then he backs up a little bit and closes the blast shield. Not the one that covers his face, just the glass one,
Okay.
or the hardened glass one. And then he says, "This one also feels something strange. Here, let this one check real quick." And he'll dive down, and you'll see tentacles pulling crap up. It's gonna be obvious that his mech is a mess. That he's kind of a pig.
Wrappers, candy wrappers. Yeah.
Rappers.
Dirty, probably some dirty magazines.
Maybe a CD or two.
CDs. Some
His
dirty
favorite
mags.
headset.
Old
There we go.
cans and
A bobblehead of Garfield.
Yes.
And then
Hey,
he's
that's an
finally gonna get
antique.
the compartment, and then he's going to open it and see what's inside.
You open up the compartment, and there is a disc in there, and it seems to be glowing. I believe you know what disc I'm talking about, Anar.
Oh.
I believe you know which one you're talking
He's going to look at it, and he's going to say, "Huh, he's never done that before."
Nope, never did that before.
He's going to look up to the blast shield a little bit and peek over the edge, just only slightly, and then duck down. He's going to close it real quick.
Okay.
And then he's going to go up back to the black shield, open it up a little bit. This one knows what you're talking about now, but it's never done that before. And he's going to close it back down real quick. And then the arms of the mech is going to cross. And then he's just going to sit there and try and figure out what to do next.
Would that one like to dispose of the Reaper tech before I punch a hole in that one's mech?
At that moment, Anar is going to have something snap in his brain, well, his Hanar brain, real quick, and he's going to go quickly into his mercenary reflexes because he just realized he's been threatened. He's going to immediately take control of the mech, very quickly whip out the assault rifle and aim it at him, and then say this. This item is of personal value and you will not be removed from its possession.
And then I'll tell Cicepia.
Oh, and I'm gonna be aiming my gun right at Anar.
Yeah.
This
I
one
think you got
means
bigger
no
problems
harm.
than me.
However, it will not be threatened.
How many
I'll
people
roll
do
my
I
shoulders
estimate
and
just
get ready
died?
for a charge.
He's gonna back up a little bit.
Okay, I'm
You
sorry.
don't have much room to back up.
One at a time. So Elias just said something.
I was just asking how many people roughly died. Would I estimate
Half a dozen.
from my? Yeah.
You guys were pretty fast at stopping them from killing more, but a
Yeah.
half a dozen are dead.
Okay. If anyone's reacting first, react now before I say something. I don't know if anyone else is saying anything.
Nope.
I mean, I've got my pistols now pointed towards.
I believe the only thing that happened was Sync said, I think you have more problems than me. More problems than me. And then Elias can say whatever it is he's going to say.
Okay. Half a dozen people are dead, killed by hostile husks, and the only link we have to them is you. You mean no harm, but...
Anar, you slowly realize that if you remember from before, something was glowing from your suitcase just before all of this happened.
Huh?
So you can probably start connecting the dots. Before all of this happened, one of the things you noticed was your suitcase was glowing.
This
I'm
one
aiming
is
right
not
at the
also.
face shield, by the way.
Okay. This one is also not without its own questions, as are we all. However, this one will seek its own answers, but will not give in to yours. Take no offense. However, this one will defend itself if threatened.